Coffee brand mini muffins. And then I step things up with classic blueberry muffins, with that crunchy streusel topping. But now it's time to move into the world of decadence with chocolate banana muffins. And I'll make a chocolate hazelnut spread to serve with them. But let me start with these muffins. In addition to a delicious chocolate banana muffin, I'm working in a hazelnut ribbon, a combination of hazelnut butter and brown sugar melted together. Now, this is pure hazelnut butter, just ground up hazelnuts. And I'll measure out half a cup. And I need to add a quarter cup of brown sugar. I'll get this heating on low heat and just add a half a teaspoon of vanilla. All I'm doing here is melting the sugar into the nut butter. I'll set this aside to cool while I prepare the muffins. You know what differentiates a cupcake from a muffin? One simple thing, frosting. A muffin doesn't have frosting. I start with 1.5 cups of pureed ripe banana. To that, I'll add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And whisk in half a cup of butter that's been melted. Even when you're making a super decadent muffin like this, the method is really simple. No fancy tools involved, just a nice big mixing bowl. 2 eggs, and because this muffin is more of a dessert style muffin, then I bring it into that cake world with a teaspoon of vanilla. Now to sift my dry ingredients, starting with 2 cups of cake and pastry flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm adding half a cup of cocoa powder. Cake and pastry flour and cocoa powder always need sifting before you use it. And this I add all at once to the banana mixture. Oh, I just adore that combination of chocolate and banana together. Oh, look at that gorgeous chocolate color. You know what this needs? More chocolate. A cup of chocolate chips. In this measurement, if a few extra happen to slip in, that's okay. Now this batter is ready. Now, I knew my sweetie was meant to be my sweetie. When I learned he prefers the muffin top, I prefer the bottom, so we can always share. When I scoop the batter into the muffin cup, I don't fill it up all the way. I want to save some of the batter because I have to work in that hazelnut ribbon. So just about 2/3 full. I have my hazelnut mixture, and I just spoon some right on top, pressing it down a little bit. It'll spread out a little as it bakes and catch a bit of a wave. And now to top these with the remaining batter, right on top of that hazelnut mixture. And don't worry if it doesn't cover completely. A little bit of that hazelnut ribbon peeking through, well, that's just more appetizing. And I'll pop these in the oven, which has been preheated to 350. They'll take about 20 to 25 minutes to bake. Ooh, the kitchen is gonna smell good. Chocolate, bananas. I can smell that chocolate. Let's see if they're done. Yep. Oh, I just love how these look. You can even see the hazelnut ribbon just peeking through. I need to let these cool, but you know what's going to take them over the top? A homemade chocolate hazelnut spread. What could make a chocolate banana muffin even tastier? Serving it with chocolate hazelnut spread. And oh, you are going to love this recipe. Of course, it starts with hazelnuts. I've got 1.5 cups of whole hazelnuts. Now what I did was I toasted them on a baking tray in a 350 oven for about 15 minutes. Now those skins will turn very, very dark, but don't worry about it. You don't even use those. You need to peel your hazelnuts. So what I do is put them into a colander after they've cooled, and I just roll them around. Then the skins tumble off and fall through the holes, and there you have your peeled hazelnuts. So these I'll add to a food processor. And I'll grab 3/4 cup of icing sugar. This is one of those recipes you can adjust to taste. If you want to make it less sweet, just hold back some of the sugar. Make it a little sweeter, well, add a little more. To enhance the hazelnut taste, I add hazelnut oil, 1/4 cup. But if you can't find hazelnut oil, you could use almond or even just plain vegetable oil. Just steer clear of olive oil. For the chocolate, I have 4 ounces of dark chocolate, a teaspoon of vanilla, and I find about 1/2 teaspoon of salt works, but again, you can adjust that as you wish. Here we go. I start by pulsing the mixture. This tumbles everything around and starts grinding the hazelnuts. But you know, the friction of the blade within the food processor starts to melt the chocolate, and that's when you watch the mixture go smooth. There we go. At this point, the chocolate is fully melted, so you can pour it into your container. And what I like to do is actually chill it for an hour or 2 to set the chocolate. But once you've done that, you can actually store it at room temperature. And I do like to store it at room temperature because that way it's more spreadable. I use this chocolate hazelnut spread on just about anything. Waffles, crepes, toast. But on these muffins, what a treat. You can see that hazelnut ribbon just under that crispy top, but of course, I actually prefer the bottom of the muffin. Now that is a decadent treat. And I've had so much fun sharing my favorite muffin recipes with you, from the healthy brand mini muffins to the classic blueberry streusel muffins and these chocolate banana muffins with this decadent chocolate hazelnut spread. Well, I hope you take these ideas to your own kitchen to